Hello writers, today's video lesson has to do with Aristotle's appeals, ethos, pathos, and logos. You are going to be taking notes on ethos, pathos, and logos on your assignment sheet, which you have already made a copy of in your Google Docs. So make sure to have that open in a new tab as well. Okay, so back to Aristotle's appeals. Aristotle was a Greek philosopher who sat around and thought a lot about how to construct well-reasoned, persuasive arguments. And he broke down the strategies into three categories: ethos, which was credibility; pathos, which was emotional appeal; and logos, which was logical appeal. So make sure to have those three words typed out in your assignment sheet. And as we go through these slides, you do not have to write everything down in your notes, but rather it would be wonderful if you wrote things down in your own words and summarized them. Okay, so first of all, we are going to talk about ethos, which is credibility. So here's a question for you. All right, let's say that you have to do a report about the economy. Who would you rather interview, a financial advisor or a teacher? That's right, you would rather interview a financial advisor. Why? Well, because that's the financial advisor's job. They need to know about the economy, so they would be well versed in financial affairs. Now here's another question. Let's say that you are working on a research project about the educational system. Who would you rather interview, a financial advisor or a teacher? That's right, you would rather interview a teacher about the educational system. Why? Again, because it's their job. Okay, your answers to these questions have to do with the ethos of the person you are interviewing. The experience that each of these people has gained from their profession gives them the authority to speak on the subject. All right, so whenever you are working on an opinion piece, I want you to consider the ethos or the credibility of the speaker. And I want you to consider your ethos in a particular subject. Think about these questions. Why should I listen to you about this? What experience do you have? What makes you an expert on this topic? You always want to have a good explanation for why you are an expert on the topic that you are choosing to speak about. All right, next we're going to talk about pathos, or emotional appeal. So I have a couple of examples for you that you might want to summarize in your own words. So here's the first example. Have you ever seen an advertisement for a pet shelter? All of the battered dogs and cats looking longingly out of the cages? What emotional appeal would a commercial like that be trying to coax from you? That's right, you would feel sorry for the animals. So what would the animal shelter want you to do? That's right, the animal shelter would want you to adopt a cat or a dog, or perhaps volunteer for them or give them money. Here's another example. Have you ever seen a commercial for a product that claims to make your life easier? They start with actors struggling to do everyday tasks, getting frustrated, but then wait, this product is here to save you from all of your troubles. An advertisement like this wants to appeal to the emotion of frustration. They want you to buy their product to alleviate your frustration. So in both cases, they are trying to get you to feel a particular kind of feeling, and then they're hoping that you will act in a certain way on that feeling. All right, the third of Aristotle's appeals is logos, or logical appeal. Now, a quick note about logos. Aristotle said that logos was the most important appeal. It's great for an author to have credibility, or ethos. Also, pathos or emotional appeal can grab a reader's attention. But An author must offer a reader a reason to agree with them about their argument, and that's where logos comes in. Okay, the only way to do this is to give logical support to the argument. All right, so here's an example of logos. Okay, perhaps you have heard about a little problem that there is with pennies. It actually costs more to make a penny than a penny is worth. So some people are interested in totally doing away with pennies, and some people say, yeah, it's a really good idea, and some people say no. So anyway, there can be logical appeal on both sides of an issue. Okay, so for example, here's the question. Should the government stop minting pennies? Some people would say yes, because it costs more to make a penny than a penny is worth. But some people might say no, because then prices would all be rounded up to the nearest nickel and things would cost a lot more. So here's the thing about logos. Facts and statistics can be helpful when making a logical point. Be careful not to overdo statistics though. You need to cite sources, and too many statistics can lose audience interest. All right, so those are the three appeals: ethos, pathos, and logos. Go ahead and move on in the blend space lesson for the next step.